I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I am pretty down bad right now. Oh, yeah, I am pretty down bad right now. Between the Tigers on Friday night / technically early Saturday morning, and now this, the Lions lost on Sunday Night Football in Kansas City. Yeah, I am a pretty sad Detroit sports fan right now. You know, this was a really crappy weekend to be a Detroit sports fan. I just thought of that. I'm not going to lie. It was a pretty crappy weekend to be a Detroit sports fan. You had, all the way starting on Thursday night, the Wings season opener, their home opener, getting blown out and destroyed to open their season. And then again, the Tigers on Friday night / technically early Saturday morning, that heartbreaking loss in Seattle to end the Tigers season. Moving on to Saturday, Michigan and Michigan State both getting smacked around and losing their games. The Wings did win on Saturday night. You know, it wasn't all bad. The Wings at least did win on Saturday night. They bounced back after starting the season with a blowout loss at home. They bounced back and won on Saturday night against the Leafs, again at home. So it wasn't all bad. If the Wings would have lost on Saturday night, then we literally would not have a single win as a Detroit sports fan to at least have something to hang our head on for this weekend. But excluding the Wings on Saturday night, Wings on Thursday, Tigers on Friday / technically early Saturday morning, MSU and Michigan on Saturday, and now the Lions tonight on Sunday Night Football at KC. Yeah, to make a long story short, this was a really crappy weekend to be a Detroit sports fan, especially for my Tigers and my Lions. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Let's talk about the conclusion of this really bad weekend as a Detroit sports fan. Lions lose on Sunday Night Football to the Kansas City Chiefs to drop to 4-2 on this 2025 season. Listen, we'll talk about it throughout the video. This isn't the end of the world. Like, I know I might seem kind of doom and gloom right now, and I am sad, which is true. The sad part is true. The doom and gloom part, that's not true. Like, again, and this won't be the last time I say in this video, like, we're still 4-2. We're guaranteed to go into our bye with a winning record. Like, this isn't the end of the world right here. Losing this game to Kansas City is not the end of the world for this Lions team, but it still sucks to lose, you know? It still sucks to lose, especially when it's Sunday Night Football in Kansas City. And especially when Detroit sports have had a really bad weekend, you would have loved to have seen the Lions get a massive win in primetime, like tonight in KC against Mahomes, Kelsey, and the Chiefs. But, yeah. It sucks to lose, but it's definitely not the end of the world. So, with that, let's talk about this Lions loss tonight. Now, first of all, please give me a quick few seconds to take care of some business, and then we will talk about this Lions loss on Sunday Night Football. I first of all want to thank the sponsor of this video, Michigan-based Roast Summer Coffee. A lot of you already know the routine by now, but just in case you don't, hot coffee, cold brews, chocolate, all kinds of great drinks and treats for you to try and enjoy. Maybe one of these days, some Tony D Roast Summer hard alcohol to mix into our coffee. Drink it and get so hammered that we don't even remember a tough Lions loss like we just saw tonight. Visit the website, roastover.com. Links in the description below. And if you find something that you want to try and make an order, you can always save some money on that order by using my code TonyD. Shout out to Roast Number. Thank you once again for response in this video. And also, if you can all please do me a favor, please do this very sad Detroit sports fan a favor. Leave a like on this one and hit that subscribe button. It would bring a smile on my face when outside the Wings on Saturday nights. The past few days, I have not had a smile on my face as a Detroit sports fan. Hitting like and hitting subscribe would put a smile on my face when Detroit sports as of late really haven't done that. So yeah. I would very much appreciate a like and hitting that subscribe button. Alright, that takes care of the quick business I need to take care of. Let's talk about this Lions loss now. So listen, man, while I do seem doom and gloom and I do seem very sad, which the sad part is true. Again, the doom and gloom part is not, but the sad part is 100% true. Despite that, despite me being very sad right now, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't have a great feeling coming into this game as a Lions fan. I really didn't, man. And there's a few reasons for that. You know, first of all, we were underdogs all week. That confused a lot of people, whether it was Lion fans, maybe some Chiefs fans, and people nationally. Like, I saw a lot of people talking about why the Lions underdogs going into this game. Vegas knew something. Like, to me, I looked at that and I thought, Vegas knows something. Like, maybe this isn't a good spot for the Lions. Maybe they just don't have a lot of confidence in, like, this banged-up team going into Kansas City. Like, I don't know. Vegas knows something. The fact that the Lions are underdogs going into this game, that already right there had me a little hesitant as a Lions fan for my team going into this game. Another reason is, you know, going back to the part about maybe Vegas didn't believe in this banged-up Lions team going to KC. Like, maybe this was a bad spot for this banged-up team. Right there. Like, this was a banged-up football team coming into this game on both sides of the ball. You know, offensively, missing Taylor Decker's backup in Giovanni Manu, who's now on IR. So, we came into this game with Dan Skipper, a third-string tackle, starting at left tackle for us. And then, especially defensively in that secondary. DJ Reed, Terrion Arnold. And then not even just those two who are our two starting outside corners coming into this season. Outside of Amik, we were missing 5 of our top 6. 5 of our top 6 corners of this game, man. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And then not to mention as well, both Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch were banged up coming into this one as well. Like, yeah, offensively and especially defensively, especially in that secondary, we were banged up coming into this game. That's another reason why I didn't feel great as a Lions fan coming into this one. And then lastly, KC definitely needed this game more than we did. They even talked about it on the broadcast. Like, KC coming into this game at 2-3, and they needed this one. This almost felt like a must-win for that football team. While for us, you know, as I talked about to begin the video, like, we didn't necessarily need this game, especially as much as Kansas City did. Like, even with this loss, we're still 4-2. We're still guaranteed to go into our bye with a winning record. It sucks to lose, but we didn't need this game as much as Kansas City did, who, with a loss, would have fell to 2-4, you know. So yeah, this is all to say, ladies and gentlemen, again, for a number of different reasons. Me personally, I didn't have the best feeling as a Lions fan going into this game. And, yeah, there you go. That's why. That's why. Maybe future me was trying to warn past me, like, yeah, the Lions aren't going to win this game. So don't get your hopes up that maybe the Lions are going to save your Detroit sports weekend. Like, don't get your hopes up. The Lions aren't going to win this game. So just try to prepare for a loss so it doesn't hurt as much. Well, future Tony, you tried to warn me. You definitely tried to warn me. Again, like I said a couple minutes ago, it's not the end of the world to see the Lions lose this game, but obviously it still sucks to lose, especially when it comes on Sunday Night Football with the whole world watching, and it comes in Arrowhead to the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, not the end of the world, but it still obviously sucks to lose. Now, with regards to who takes blame for this Lions loss, I definitely think it goes all the way around. Offensively and defensively, I think both sides absolutely take some blame for this Lions loss tonight. Beginning with the offense, you know, I laugh because there were points tonight where I kind of felt like I was watching a Tigers game. And what I mean by that, if you're also a Tigers fan, like, you'll know, something that haunted the Tigers to close the regular season and especially the MLB postseason were missed opportunities on offense. And it's something that frustrated the heck out of me and out of every single Tigers fan. Missed opportunities on offense. And that was something we saw again with the Lions tonight. Missed opportunities on offense. It reminded me of watching the Tigers. It honestly reminded me of watching the Tigers. A few big missed opportunities on offense for the Lions tonight. Notably, first of all, the illegal formation. The JG touchdown that was called back because of that illegal formation, major missed opportunity. If you're able to not have an illegal formation and you put up 7 to start the football game, especially scoring 7 on a trick play like that, man, you cannot ask for a better start to this football game, man. That was a missed opportunity. The very next play, another missed opportunity. After the illegal formation, the Lions offense stays on the field for 4th and goal, and it just seemed like there was a lot of confusion from the Lions offense. I don't know if they can hear the play call because of the crowd noise. I don't know what was going on there. There was a lot of confusion from the Lions offense that caused us to get the delay game penalty that backs the offense up, and we have to settle for 3 when we could have still maybe gotten 7 even after the illegal formation when that Jared Goff touchdown was called back. Even after the illegal formation pulled that first touchdown back, like if there wasn't so much confusion for whatever reason on that very next play, if we're still able to put up 7 to start this drive, again, you could not have asked for a better start to this football game, but instead you take the penalty, move back, and after that long drive to start the game, you only have to settle for 3. Huge opportunity missed. If you're able to put up 7 on any one of those first 2 plays that are on 4th and goal, maybe it's a different football game, a different result that we're talking about right now. Actually, it would have been. If you put up 7 to start the game, whether it was on the Jared Goff touchdown that was called back from the illegal formation, or the play after where you have to move back because there was so much confusion offensively, like if you're able to capitalize on one of those 2 opportunities and you put up 7 to start this game, no maybes, it absolutely would have been a different football game. Again, you could not have asked for a better start to this one if you were able to put up 7 there. Huge missed opportunities from the Lions offense to start this game. And lastly, the Amon-Ra St. Brown drop on 4th and 1. Very rare drop from him. And he knows he's a pro. He knows he's got to catch that there. But yeah, definitely a huge drop and a huge moment in this football game for sure. Another major missed opportunity from the Lions offense. So this is all to say, missed opportunities on offense definitely cost the Lions this one, and then defensively too. It's hard for me to get too upset with the Lions defense tonight because, again, they were so banged up coming into this football game. We mentioned on the broadcast, and we as Lions fans even knew coming into this game how banged up the defense was, particularly the secondary. Again, our top 2 starting outside corners, DJ Reed and Terrion Arnold, both out. And outside of Amik, 5 of our top 6 corners are also out of this football game. Not to mention, Kirby was banged up. I'm surprised Kirby was playing tonight, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm surprised Kirby was playing tonight. He looked like he was in a lot of pain. Even when he went out of this football game, I'm surprised he came back in. He could barely walk, dude. Man, he could barely walk. I hope he's all right. Yeah, I hope he's all right. I hope that's nothing long-term if he ends up missing the Tampa Bay game next Monday night and then has to, get some rest for that game or that week and then the bye week after that. Hopefully, whatever he's dealing with, hopefully that's nothing long-term. But this is all to say, Kirby's banged up. Brian was banged up coming into this game as well. Yeah, man, we all knew coming into this game, the Lions defense, especially the secondary, was banged up. So I don't want to get too upset with the Lions defense tonight, knowing how banged up we were. But yeah, still though, man, seeing the Lions defense not really have the best day against this Chiefs offense, it still sucks. Even though they were really banged up coming into this game, especially in the secondary, it still definitely stinks a little bit to see the Lions defense not really have the best day tonight against this Chiefs offense, They didn't get any takeaways tonight, which is something that this Lions defense has done a really good job at to start this 2025 season, getting takeaways. So to see them not getting any takeaways tonight definitely sucks a little bit as well. You would have liked to have seen them get a little more pressure on Patrick Mahomes, especially when you consider the fact that Kansas City was also missing their starting left tackle tonight. And didn't they find out today on Sunday that they were going to be without their starting left tackle? So, yeah, I guess you would have liked to have seen the Lions defense maybe get at Patrick a little bit more, maybe have more sacks than they did tonight. I think they finished this one with 3. Yeah, I just checked the final stats. They finished this game with 3 sacks tonight, which is, I guess, better than 2 and better than 1 and better than none, you know? But still, when you consider the fact that, again, Kansas City was also missing the starting left tackle, maybe you would have liked to see that final sack number be a little higher. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is all to say, again, to make a long story short, offensively and defensively, I definitely think there's a lot of blame to go around on both sides of the ball for this Lions loss tonight. So, yeah. Again, man, as I said multiple times already, I'll say it again one more time right now. I don't mean to repeat myself here, but seriously, you know, while it sucks to lose this game, while it sucks to lose on Sunday Night Football in Arrowhead, this loss is not the end of the world. I am very sad right now as a Detroit sports fan, but this loss is not the end of the world. It's not. Like, we're still 4-2. We're still guaranteed to go into the bye with a winning record. It's Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, man, in Arrowhead. Like, I know we beat them to kick off the 2023 season, but that is a very tough place to play. That is a tough team to play. You know, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, that's a very tough team to play, man. It sucks to lose, but it's not the end of the world. It wasn't perfect offensively. It wasn't perfect with his banged-up defense tonight, but losing this game is not the end of the world. The season is not over because the Lions lost this game tonight. You know, the season is not over. One more time, this loss is not the end of the world for this Lions team. Let's put it behind us and bounce back on Monday Night Football back at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that is also very banged up. That's still a very good football team. You know, they're banged up, but just like us, they're still very good. We're banged up. We're still really good, though. It's the same thing with the Bucs. They're still very good, even though they are banged up. But yeah, they are banged up. They are a banged up football team as well, especially offensively. There's a chance to go into that game without Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Mecca Ibuka, and Bucky Irving. That's a lot of major pieces to be missing offensively. So, like, yeah, that's still a very good football team, but they are also a very banged up football team, just like we are. But nonetheless, again, let's flush this game, put it behind us. Let's do what Dan Campbell Detroit Lions teams do best, which is bounce right back after a tough loss. Let's put this one behind us. Let's flush it. And even though they're still a very good football team, let's go back home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a rocking Ford Field. And let's do what Dan Campbell Lions teams do best. Let's bounce back. It's not going to be easy, though. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not going to be easy. You know, again, even though they are banged up as well, that's still a really good Tampa Bay Buccaneers football team. Baker is playing some great football to start this 2025 season. And your defense especially is 1 banged up and now 2 after what happened post-game tonight. They might be missing BB to a suspension. They might be missing Brian Branch to a suspension. We're going to just have to wait and see what happens with that. But yeah, after that post-game fight where it looks like he was kind of the one that started it, yeah, I'd be shocked if he doesn't get at least a 1-game suspension for that. But we'll see. I guess we'll see. But the point still stands. Let's bounce back. Whether or not we have Brian Branch or not due to a suspension, whether or not we have some guys missing due to injury, whatever the case may be, it's not going to be easy. It won't be easy, but let's bounce back. All right. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point, so let's go ahead and wrap the video up here because I have nothing else to say other than that. I have nothing else to say with regards to this loss in KC. The upcoming game on Monday Night Football back at home against Tampa Bay, the crappy weekend as a Detroit sports fan. I have nothing else to say, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up here. I thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it as always. As I mentioned earlier in the video, please, for this very sad Detroit sports fan, hit like, hit subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. Lion fans, we will see you next following the Lions Monday Night Football home game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Until then, as always, go Lions, baby.